What's going on, everyone? Investor here. It's time for my weekly portfolio update. So if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and then hit that bell icon so that you don't miss any new videos. So sorry I missed last week. I was out of town, had some things to take care of with the family, so wasn't able to get a video out to you guys. So this video will cover the last 2 weeks. And I've been fairly busy. I've been up to quite a bit over the past 2 weeks, so I've got quite a bit to show you. So I was able to deposit about $225 this past week into the account. So now you can see my account is sitting at just under 21,000. As you can see here, 20,984 and 94 cents. So 21,000 seems to be kind of my going nemesis this month. It's as much as I try to get it over, market seems to pull it back. I'll put some money in, it'll go back up and then come right back down. So seeming to give me a little bit of a hardship here trying to keep it over the 21,000 mark. So been kind of an interesting last 2 weeks with that. So I did receive 7 dividend payments in the last 2 weeks total, and I did sell out of one more position. So we'll cover that here when I get to the spreadsheet. But this upcoming week, kind of the same routine. I'm going to dollar cost average, especially into some of the areas, kind of like Pepsi and things like that, that are currently providing themselves to be on sale. So no dividends expected this week. The month was really heavily front loaded and not much towards the back end. So I think I got one dividend payment coming in the following week, and that might round out the month. So let's jump over to that spreadsheet, and I'll show you what I've been up to. All right, guys, taking a look at the spreadsheet, you notice quite a few things here in the difference column. Been up to quite a bit, like I said. So the first thing you'll probably notice here is the minus 14 shares here of Kraft Heinz. I did sell out of this position entirely, just after relooking at everything, looking at the numbers, looking at the company, and trying to figure out, why I kind of got into the company in the first place. I really couldn't come up with a good answer. So I think it was one that I just was chasing the dividend just when I first really started buying into dividend stocks. So decided it didn't fit the portfolio any longer, and out it went. So, and I reinvested that money into some other things, which I'll cover. But so no longer Kraft Heinz in the portfolio. It really hasn't gone anywhere, and didn't seem like it would be going anywhere anytime soon. So time for that one to leave. So we'll go down the column here, show you kind of everything that I've been working on here. So, I mentioned a couple videos back, about a month or so ago, just want to keep adding to the SCHD holding here. Just want to try to beef that up a little bit more. So had just over a half a share here, just dollar cost averaging here, $10, $20 here, nothing too crazy. So Jeppy, this was from the drip. So added 0.329 shares there from the drip. Oh, this was from the drip. Plus I put a little bit of money in, just I believe 2 weeks ago kind of thing. Oh, was having some rough days, so presented a good buying opportunity again to get into some more things, especially try to bring my cost basis down there. So just under a share added. Then of course the Kraft Heinz there. Altria Group, being that this is a goal for the year, so added just under a share. Pepsi, you can see 1.39 here. This just because Pepsi's been on sale, so trying to add a little bit more. Kind of want to continue to add, especially if they're going to be down right where they're at. I think it's a good entry point for a lot of people. So, not that that's financial advice. Please do your own due diligence, your own homework. But I like that where that price was at, so I want to try to add some more to it. But I'll cover more in a little bit here because you'll see something else on here if you haven't noticed already. So, jumping down, Target, you can see very, very small, 0.008. That was just from the drip. I believe I only got like $1 and some change in dividends. So with that reinvested was the 0.008. Coming down, Johnson & Johnson, just cost basis play, added 0.172 shares, just trying to bring that cost down. Colgate-Palmolive being a goal for the year, so trying to add what I could there. Starbucks, same, just trying to bring the cost basis down with 0.153. Vici, same thing here, kind of a dual purpose for this 0.703. One being just kind of the same boat with O Realty, just I think the real estate REITs over not so much this past week, they were doing okay, but the week before had a good buying opportunity, so I decided to go ahead and get some more. And plus, Vici's ex-dividend date, I believe, is coming up, I believe Tuesday or Wednesday. So wanted to get some in just before that ex-dividend date. So Apple, been adding, like I said, about every 2 weeks, I'll try to add $25 into Apple, and you'll see a brand new position. Even though I've been trying to consolidate the portfolio, Nvidia, it's just too tough to ignore. I believe with the stock split, I think that was part of their intended purpose, was to bring a lot of new investors in to kind of a more affordable stock price. It worked for me. So I wanted to get into Nvidia, especially after research and just listening to a lot of podcasts and a lot of the analysts just talk about how this company just going to continue to grow for the next 3 to 5 years potentially. So we'll take the opportunity there. So I ended up picking up 8 shares. So you see, it was about $1,000. So some of the holdings that I've sold over the past couple of weeks, including the Kraft Heinz, went right into Nvidia. So and then a few other things, which is how I was able to dollar cost average here. So hope that's a good play. I mean, so far you'll see here on the next tab here that I'm actually up so far because Nvidia just continues to go. Hopefully that trend will stick around and it's not mostly just because of the hype or the popularity. I believe Broadcom's doing the same. They announced their split and it's just been going up and up and up since they've announced that with the popularity and kind of the hype. So, but not to take anything away from Broadcom, I think they're a good company too. So jumping across, you see the positions here. So it's kind of working its way back a little bit. So still got a little bit of homework left there. I'll just start here at the bottom though. So $838 up on the account, so or 3.78%. Said this was a couple, percentage points higher, quite a bit dollar wise as well. But over the past couple weeks, it's been up and down and up and down. It's been kind of rough. So you'll see at the end of the day, Friday, with all these numbers over here, Friday ended up down $27. So you'll see. We'll get to Nvidia here, but everything else moving down. So Tesla's working its way back up. Hopefully, get that close to where it needs to be. And we're going to cover more of Tesla and QQQI and JetY here in a minute. But Pepsi, you can see I'm actually down on the total position now, $22.17. I believe they do have a dividend coming in at the end of the month, so that will help a little bit. But again, at $163.81 currently, I think that's a good entry point for Pepsi. So coming down, let's see, Johnson & Johnson is still down about $23, so still got a little bit of homework to do. My cost is 152, 145 is where it's currently sitting. So I got some more cut for me there. Vici, let me see, fairly close. I mean, not too horrible, $11.77 down. And then Starbucks is still hit or miss. It's cut itself in half from where it's been. I think I was down about $100 in this position, if not more. So, we're getting things back to where they need to be. So Walmart's actually doing really well, position wise. Total here, 12% up. Apple is doing really well. I believe when I got in at the 190 price point, and then just as I add the $25 here and there, so you can see my cost is now 198. So then of course Nvidia, I think I played this one a little weird. Like I saw it when it was at 122, 123, just I think Tuesday after the split. I put my buy order in as a limit order and tried to get it where it could come down to maybe 121, things like that, and it just never did. And so I ended up kind of chasing my tail there and decided, you know what, if it's a position I'm going to get in for the next little while, let's just get in. So I finally got in. It was 128.49. So, and it's currently sitting at 131. So either way, $27 up in the position so far, 2.64%. I'll take it. So again, $838.92. So take a look at the chart. Pretty much everything that the numbers wise, just in the charts you guys can see. So see the dogs of the portfolio, but not too horrible. Not in a position where it's making me cringe just yet. So coming across, looking at the dividends, we'll just go down the whole list here, especially most of these came in the last 2 weeks. So see, JEPI was $18.48. I received $16.02. Tesla was a flat $40. Target, like I said, it was only $1, so $1.15. $13.66 from QQQY and JEPY. I got $7.48. Johnson & Johnson was $4.96. So far for the month, $101.75 received with one more payment. Pepsi coming, I believe that was a little over $10. So it should put me right at about $111.91. So this $40 here and the two, we'll call it just $20 here from QQI and JPI. So that's $60 basically is what I helped to dollar cost average into some of those other holdings. So as I mentioned before, this dividends that I'm going to receive from these guys until the positions I want to get rid of them until Tesla kind of rebounds a little bit better. I'm just going to use the dividends to help fund the holdings that I want to have. I mean, that was the design back when I first got into these, and so it was time to start doing that. So QQQY and JEPY, I'm actually up on the position because of the dividends. So, I mean, I could let them go at any point. So it's just kind of a toss up here. Like, might as well continue to make the extra $20 and put it into something else. So, and then Tesla, as it rebounds, we'll look at getting rid of that as well. So far, $114.50 is my monthly average, and that just constitutes this year. Nothing prior to last year, just from what you're seeing on the screen, which is about $16 a day, $10 an hour, and right back at 21 holdings now that I've added NVIDIA. So I am still looking at potentially selling off one more position. Kind of still researching and doing, some things there before I decide to cut ties. So let's jump across. So 101.75 now so far for June. Brings my yearly total to 686.98. So just under $700. Got 2 more weeks left of this quarter, as well as the month, as well as the quarter there. So things are looking okay there. Pie chart should be up to date. See, NVIDIA's been added in. Now it's 9% of the taxable account, as well as adding the one more into the technology sector. And I believe between Apple and NVIDIA, technology sectors pretty well covered. See the goals. I've got quite a bit of work ahead of me to try to meet those goals, but as much as I've wanted to put into these three, especially with Pepsi being on sale, there's been so many other holdings and whatnot that I've been trying to work on as well. So kind of skewed myself a little bit off of the just being focused on the goals and more focused on the whole entire portfolio, which I don't think is a bad thing, but I'll continue to work on these. So portfolio value, you could see it's still right about where it ended last month. So it's been an interesting month, especially adding some money in, but just with the ups and downs and the corrections in the market there. So, but little by little, continue to grow the account. So looking at the overall quarter over quarter, you can see I am now 10% up over quarter one, I guess, over the prior quarter. So 10.34%. Plus I got one more, I think I said Pepsi, that dividend payment coming in. So that'll raise that number up a little bit. But hey, double digit growth over the previous quarter. Still good to see. As long as I can see those double digit numbers, I'm trending in the right direction. And you can see basically right here in this chart, the prior quarter being $44 in 2023, up to $360 now this quarter in 2024. So it makes me excited a little bit to see, okay, guy went from here to here. What will 2025 be? What will 2026 be? If I continue doing what I'm doing and try to just stay as disciplined as I can and focus on what I can, I get excited for the potential, and that's something I hope for you guys, you guys to inspire you guys to think that same way, just what can it be? What are the possibilities? This isn't something that's a get rich overnight type of thing. This is gonna take time, but once you start seeing a little bit of these kind of things, the possibilities are there. So it's kind of exciting. So at least for me. So you see here, being 686.98 so far for the year, but all of last year was 355. So it's good to see. So big milestone hit for the portfolio. I've received my first $1,000 in dividends, so I'm at $1,042.01. Into that I've received total, and that's counting since I've started doing this. So I've received over $1,000 now in dividends, and it's good to see. Especially since I'm just doing the companies that I want instead of putting a lot of money into like a Yield Max or Defiance or something like that, where you can receive a lot, but that's not what I want to do. I want slow and steady. Get there when I get there. So $65 is the monthly average. Moving across, projected income. Things are looking relatively okay. I said one day, hopefully I can see all these orange bars hit that $200 mark. Would be great to see. You'll see the trend line still trending up, even though with one more dividend payment, it's probably not going to give that a new higher spike. But nonetheless, peaks and valleys are all seeming to be relatively close to each other. And then next month, when you get a lot more of the quarterly payers, things like SCHD and whatnot, so we'll have a new higher peak up there. So taking a look at the overall account value, you can see so far June is not much further off from this. Hopefully I'll be able to get some more money into the account. I do have some overtime planned here in the next week or so I can get you know, at least a little bit more money. I'm hoping I can put another $1,000 into the account by the end of the month, and so that would hopefully get me over 21, hopefully over 22. We'll have to just see how well the market treats me. So, but we'll get that updated come the end of June. So, like I said, guys, quite a bit of things added. I'm gonna go back to this screen here. A lot of things added. A lot of just work that I've been doing into the portfolio the past 2 weeks. So sorry I couldn't update you guys last week. Figure try to cover a lot this week, but you guys can see I'm getting there. I'm working on it. So like I said, Kraft Heinz being sold out, dollar cost into add all these other ones, as well as adding that 8 shares of Nvidia. So hopefully that will work out. But you can see the 365 line for Nvidia just up, and you can't argue with that. So anyway, guys, that's what I've got for the past 2 weeks. So please hit that subscribe button if you're not already a member. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. If you think Nvidia was a wise choice, getting rid of Kraft Heinz was a wise choice. Give me your thoughts. I do appreciate all the comments that have been coming in. I try to respond to all you guys. Try to take to heart the things that you guys say. So we'll catch you guys next week. Happy investing.